I'm about to break down 3 millionaire habits I've been doing over the past year that have taken me from a cook, $20 an hour, to making over $20,000 a month while living anywhere in the world. Right now, I am in Thailand. And these habits are going to make me a millionaire, and they made tons of other people millionaires as well. So listen up, focus in, get a pen and paper, and let's dive right in. The first habit that you need to adopt immediately if you're not in the position that you want to be right now is you need to stop listening to music and you need to start listening to knowledge. And what I mean by this is you can literally download knowledge into your brain instead of listening to music. So if you're at work or you're at the gym, a lot of you right now, you probably just listen to your favorite artists. You listen to, Kodak Black, you listen to Lil Baby. And I'm telling you, I like these songs as well. I like these artists. I like listening to some gangster rap right when I wake up. But there is way better things that you could be putting into your brain that don't include what those guys are talking about, right? And if you're just listening to those over and over and over, like, it gets boring. It's not even that fun, but you can be using that time where you're already doing something else and be gaining knowledge that's putting you ahead of most people. And I started doing this when I was working at Hooters as a cook. So I would a lot of times just listen to music. I would put in an earbud and you just kind of tune out, right? Like, a lot of times you don't want to be there. You just want to get through the shift. And so you just listen to music. It makes it a little bit better. You're kind of like vibing with the music a little bit while you work. It makes it a little bit more enjoyable. But I'm telling you, if you use that time to listen to an audiobook on making money, self-improvement, or just anything that gives you some sort of knowledge that is valuable and will help you get ahead in life, it literally doesn't matter what it is. It's better than listening to music. And if you're serious about achieving anything in life, then this is something that should be mandatory for you. Because if you just think about it, like, if we think about all the time that you're working a 9-to-5 job, you're spending 10 hours per day, let's say, working to make somebody else rich. And during that time, you can't do anything else with your physical body to make yourself rich, right? Obviously, you're getting paid by the hour, but you're pretty much building someone else's dream. And if you're just listening to music during that time, you're not getting ahead. You're just staying in the exact same position as you were when you first entered. But you can use that same exact 10 hours per day where your physical body is doing something that isn't really benefiting you, but you can use your brain and your mental mind to actually start getting ahead even while you're making money, right? So you can be making, for me, I was making $20 an hour. I had to be in this one place for 10 hours a day doing stuff with my hands that's making someone else money. But during that time, I would be listening to audiobooks that were giving me knowledge and giving me ways to make more money outside of that. And just giving me more knowledge about the earth so that once I am ready to break out of that, I'm way further ahead. And not only am I way further ahead, it gave me ways to even think about breaking out. Before I started listening to audiobooks, I just had a plan to work a 9-to-5 the rest of my life, be a cook at Hooters, move up in the ladder. And then when I started listening to these audiobooks, I was like, there's so much more out there for me to achieve. And just by doing that, I started thinking of new ways. I started taking more risk. I started investing into myself, which is another thing I'm going to get into here as well. So if you are spending 10 hours a day where you can't do anything else, you might as well use that time where you're getting paid to do something to also listen to audiobooks that's helping you in other aspects of life. And if you're new to the game, if you've never listened to audiobooks on self-improvement or making money, I'll give you a few right now that are really, really good. So 3 to 4 audiobooks that you want to listen to in order. The first one is going to be Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This is super, super good for beginners if you're new to the making money game. If you're not really educated when it comes to how the money works, how the financial markets work, this is going to give you so much insight, and it's really going to kind of awaken you to how the world works. So that's the first one. Listen to that. You can read or listen to any of these on Audible, and you can just plug it in. It's super, super cheap. It's obviously worth it. Atomic Habits is really good because it's going to show you and tell you exactly what it takes to be successful in anything through daily habits. And it really shows how they compound. So super good for self-improvement. And then 48 Laws of Power is really, really good as like a third book to understand how humans work and how you can get ahead of most people and really use like social dynamics to your advantage. And then fourth is really, really good. This is one of my favorite books of all time, is Relentless by Tim Grover. Super, super good for mindset and just like how you can just be way more successful than most people through just basically sheer will. So it gives you so much knowledge just in those books. It's going to help you level up a ton and give you a new way of thinking. Again, you can do all of these on Audible. So that's the first thing that has gotten me so much further ahead than most people, is listening to those while I just worked for somebody else. And now I pretty much obviously I only work for myself, but I still do listen to audiobooks in the morning. Whenever I'm like getting morning coffee, I go walk, I listen to an audiobook, or I listen to like a podcast. Those are also super good. Podcasts about making money. Always listen to podcasts, and they tend to be a bit more entertaining than audiobooks. So if you need those to start off with, just to kind of get you in the right mindset, they are easier to listen to. They are a bit more entertaining. Find some really good podcasts about like real estate, making money online. Those are going to put you ahead a ton. The second habit that has put me ahead of a ton of people is investing into myself. And I'm not just talking about like time and energy. I'm talking about money. Like I have invested over $30,000 over the past year into myself. And if you're watching this right now, you don't have to invest that amount of money. You literally just have to start small. Like I remember my first investment I ever made was $300. I joined this like trading group to learn how to trade. And I never saw success with trading, but I found one piece of knowledge inside that trading group, and it was a bit lucky, but it just goes to show that if you truly invest into yourself and you take risks, you will get lucky. The harder you work, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. And I heard about remote sales, which is how I've made tons of money online, through that trading group, through just some random guy that I was talking to. And from there, I dove deep into it. And then I invested into sales training. And then I invested into mindset training. I invested into life training. And all these different aspects of life I have invested into, especially just learning how to get really, really good at business, sales, and making money. And that's how I've gotten way further ahead than most people. So I usually just find somebody that I want to emulate their life. I want to live the life that they're living. I find that they're super, super knowledgeable on a certain topic, and specifically a topic that I want to get really good at. So I find these people, I find the best person that I really resonate with and that I want to learn from in a specific topic, and I just pay for their mentorship. I pay to learn from them one-to-one, and that has put me ahead of so many people. And you, if you're sitting there right now, find somebody that you want to live like and that you resonate with them in a few different ideologies. You want to live exactly like them, and literally just pay them for their time. That's going to put you ahead of 99% of people. And most people have an ego to them where they think that they can do things better than people that are ahead of them. But if you just drop the ego, you learn from people that are ahead of you, it's going to make your life way easier. And I'm telling you, you're going to get rich if you keep doing that and you truly listen to what they say. If you truly listen to what they say and you put the work in, like literally, if I just gave you one piece of advice that will make you successful, literally just do that. That's the third thing. I mean, not only can you invest into like mentorships and like coaches, you can also invest into like clothes. So I like to wear nice clothes, clothes that make me present myself well. I like investing into my health. I like going to the best gyms. I like eating the best food. And I also think that has helped me a ton. And it really just gives you an abundance mindset to live life. All right, so that's the second thing. It's gonna help you a ton. The third thing that also helped me, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the first one, which is like not consuming things that aren't actively helping you. And this is more of a thing that you shouldn't do, but it's deleting TikTok and deleting short form content apps immediately. If you still watch TikTok as a man in 2024, I've said this before, you cannot consider yourself a man. I mean, you're literally just giving yourself instant dopamine hits. You're scrolling on something that you don't even know what it is, and it's literally just giving you free dopamine, and you don't have to accomplish anything. And it's destroying your brain scroll by scroll, TikTok by TikTok. And I guarantee you, if I ask you right now, how many TikToks can you remember that you've watched in the past week? You can't even name. My phone died. But what I was saying is that you probably can't even remember a single TikTok you've watched over the past week, not even considering the past year you watched all these hundreds of thousands of TikToks that are just frying your brain. And that means none of them have given you any value. None of them have helped your life at all, because if they were, then you would actually remember them. And so you need to delete that stuff immediately and start finding something to actually put your time into that's helping you. And specifically something that actually gives you fulfillment and like good dopamine, because when you accomplish something hard, you get a dopamine rush, just like a workout. After you complete a really hard workout, you feel really good, you get a good dopamine rush. But if you're just scrolling on TikTok, you're just getting free dopamine, and it's destroying you from wanting to do anything that's actually hard. Because why would you do something hard if you can just scroll on TikTok for 30 seconds and get the same amount of dopamine that you would get from an hour of intense workout? It just doesn't make sense for your brain. So you need to delete that stuff, detox your brain from the easy dopamine. Your life will improve a ton just from doing that. And it's not really a habit. And a lot of you guys have so many negative habits like this TikTok scrolling that if you literally just get rid of the negative habits, you can just naturally start filling them with better habits that are actually helping you. So a lot of times it's like getting rid of the negative ones rather than adopting the positive ones right away. First thing you should do, instead of, investing into yourself, you just need to get rid of the negative things before you start trying to do so many positive things. Because if you literally just get rid of the negatives, you're going to improve so much faster than if you just started like meditating and reading all these different books. You just need to start getting rid of all the negatives. And then once you're kind of at like neutral, where you're not harming yourself anymore with this pointless stuff, then you can start adding things that are positive and start stacking your wins. And I truly believe you will get way further ahead than 99% of people if you do these 3 things that I told you in this video. And it's very easy to start. Like I'm talking, stop listening to music, it's pointless. Start listening to podcasts and audiobooks that are helping you. You can literally start that today. The second thing is investing into yourself. You can also start that today. You can find somebody that you want to learn more in depth from. Even if you can't afford it right now, you can start to learn, what it would cost for you to learn from them. Or you can even start investing into yourself. You can start eating healthier. You can start eating more expensive food. You can start wearing nicer clothes. That's something you can start doing immediately. And the third thing is just delete TikTok. These are 3 immediate wins that you can start doing to improve your life. And if you implement them, I promise it'll help. So make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.